Recently, we got several new teasers for Dark Deception Chapter 5. Two of them are gameplay screenshots from the Prison Panic level, and the third is the official poster art on Steam for Dark Deception Chapter 5. In this video, we're going to be going over all of these new teasers and take a look at what they might mean for the gameplay and story of Dark Deception Chapter 5. Okay, first teaser up is the new poster that can be found on the Chapter 5 Steam page. This image showcases the Puppet King, Darkstar, and Malak. This being the most detailed look we've ever gotten of the Puppet King, showing his body covered in masks, his hood, and his segmented puppet-like arms, confirming that he is, in fact, a mannequin himself, and not just someone controlling the mannequins. Also, another interesting thing to note is all of the masks covering his body. If you look back at the concept art of the mannequins we've had so far, none of them have heads, so perhaps that's how the Puppet King controls the mannequins, is by stealing their faces and adding them onto himself. Second, we can see Darkstar with her glowing blue eyes, getting a slightly better look at her body. She appears to be wearing some sort of hat and has striped black and white limbs, kind of like the puppet from FNAF. And then over on the right hand side we have Malak, dressed in his very stylish suit with his disturbing demon face. Now, one thing you'll notice is that one of the bosses from Chapter 5 appears to be missing here. This wooden tree creature from last year's teaser. The thing about this creature is he actually does kind of bear a slight resemblance to Malak, with the hollowed eyes and twisted face. So, could this tree creature possibly be the final boss of Malak's level, instead of being part of a separate secret level like we'd originally thought? It's definitely possible. Okay, moving on to the Prison Panic teasers, this first one is a full body shot of Darkstar, showing her wearing a tall top hat, holding a baton, and dressed in a almost marching band-like uniform, again covered in roses and white and black stripes. Based on the pose she's in and the lack of a background, I'm certainly getting cutscene vibes from this image, possibly when Darkstar is first introduced to you. Along with that, we can see her wearing a skirt and more black and white stripes on her leggings, along with roses covering her staff, torso, as well as her marching band-like hat. And then finally we have this image, which again is undoubtedly from the Prison Panic level. As we can see the back wall of this area covered in cages, presumably the prison cells, along with another cage, possibly of some sort of creature locked inside it, suspended in the air. And on the other side of the room, we can see all sorts of electrical equipment along with more cages, and an insignia of a rose painted on one of the pieces of metal equipment, which we know is undoubtedly the symbol of Darkstar, as we can see in the last image of her that she is completely covered in roses, meaning that this has got to be her area of the game, possibly a part of the set where the final boss fight between Doug and Darkstar takes place. This whole prison area doesn't really look like a traditional prison, and is a lot more industrial and twisted looking. It reminds me a lot of the child prison area from Little Nightmares, with the walls of stacked cages and expansive yet claustrophobic environment. One last thing I'd like to mention here is the description for Chapter 5 on Steam. While it is pretty short, it does say one interesting thing that I would like to point out. Dark Deception Chapter 5 is the final chapter in the Shattered Ring arc. Face off against multiple new nightmares in the final confrontation with Malak and his army of monsters. We are again seeing these 5 chapters of Dark Deception referred to as the Shattered Ring arc, which I think is definitely leaving the door open for more Dark Deception content to be added to the game later on, possibly telling the story of other characters in the Dark Deception universe, like possibly Bierce or Elise Hauser, and showcasing what their nightmare portals might look like, and expanding on the lore of Dark Deception. But it does also definitely seem like they are saying that we will have to defeat or kill Malak once and for all, possibly setting Doug free of this terminally ill purgatory he's in. So this is again the most news we've had for Dark Deception Chapter 5 in quite a while, and judging by the fact that Chapter 5 has an official Steam page now, it definitely seems like we are getting very, very close to the release of Chapter 5, meaning that we could possibly get a trailer for the game quite soon, like in the next few months, and it does say that Chapter 5 will be releasing this year, so I would bet it'll come out around the same time that Dark Deception Chapter 4 did, in September or October, for the 2-year anniversary of the release of Chapter 4. Oh my god, I actually cannot believe that MatPat did a Garden of Banban theory. It is so over. So thanks for watching the video. I do want to hope to have the FNAF video about the new teasers that were released during Dako's stream out hopefully within the next week. Preferably the next few days, I don't know, but I just haven't been feeling very motivated to make videos lately, which kind of sucks. But, who cares, I'll get it done. So, yeah. that's pretty much it for this video. Why don't you go follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server, all that good stuff. Subscribe, like, to boost the engagement, watch time, and all the other stuff that I just pretend not to care about. And goodbye. I'll see you never.